right. Welcome, everyone, to the first episode of Tales from the Forest. Today we are going to be playing a game called Skysea, which is an original RPG written by myself. It works on the Powered by the Apocalypse system, so we're going to be rolling 2d6 and adding stuff. We're also going to be using moves, not necessarily strict rules, but more role-playing and flexible rules. All right. For as long as anyone worth listening to can remember, it's always been like this. We've lived on these islands, adrift in the sky. Life is hard, just as it is everywhere, and people do what they must to survive. Some turn to fishing, some to merchantry, others to labor. But not you lot. You are pirates, scoundrels and scallywags who strike out to find your fortune among the clouds and stars. You have arrived in Undertow, a seedy little island that rests on the lower levels of cloud cover. Due to its unique placement and position far away from the reaches of the Iron Empire, it's a haven for skullduggery of all sorts. As you coast down through the cloud cover, you can see this sort of blinking oil lamps that come out of the mist. As you pull into port, as expected, it is relatively empty, as it is starting to enter the evening times, and you can hear the raucous sort of cheers and songs that come from the many pubs scattered along this place. As you exit your ship, the wharf, swinging from your amalgamation of ropes and coming out of different gangplanks, you all head your separate ways. We follow Domino. As you walk through these streets, the alleyways sort of pressing them around you, you know exactly where you're going. You're going to meet Alexander Grenmeyer. Last you heard from him, he was here in Undertow after his unfortunate situation of being exiled from the Iron Academy. He seeks somebody to help him recover something. You're not sure what it is, but from the people who told you of this job, you know it pays really well. And as you round a corner, you see a small sort of the usual thatched and piecemeal way that all of the houses are constructed out of different pieces of like driftwood and rope. You walk through the sort of small wooden door and you see a hunched figure. An older man. He has these small little spectacles hanging off the edge of his nose. He's got the sort of frayed white hair that shoots around. He's bald on the top and has a very poor comb over. He's wearing what a professor would wear, except it is stained and torn and diminished in the way that most things become when they make their way to Undertow. He turns around and greets you. Oh, hello, you must be Domino. Would you like to describe your character for us?
Sure. So, Domino is the captain of the ship. Her actual name is Jeannie. She has a very important, tiny little pet crab named Jean-Claude, who will be crawling all over her, but for now she'll be seated at her right shoulder. One of the most notable things is that she will often have a mask of sorts attached either at the hip or on her face.
Oh yes. Do you have your mask on at this point, or is it at your head?
I would say it was on, but as soon as he greets me, I would take it off. And attach it to the little latch at my hip.
Thank you for meeting with me. As you know, I require your services. I apologize. This is a bit strange for me. I'm not used to this sort of life. But of course, you're here for business. All right. And he begins fiddling with all these different like papers that he begins pulling out. He goes, okay, all right. So my job for you is I need you to retrieve something very important for me.
What kind of important thing are we talking about?
Well, I'm glad you asked. This is actually, I wrote many a paper about this, but, so, long ago, before the rule of the Iron Queen, there was a nomadic tribe called the Urushai. They traveled across the sky and cultivated a massive amount of treasure, and that they would then bring back to these temples that they built. Now, it has long since been speculated that all of these temples were raided in the creations of old kingdoms. However, I have found texts that point to the location of 3 parts of a key that would lead to a temple of theirs, lost to history. Now, this is, of course, where you come in. I need brave souls like you to go out and collect these pieces for me, of course. But you will be handsomely rewarded for your services. And I will be able to give you a cut of the treasure, of course. Money has long since stopped being an object to me. I care more for the cultural impact that this discovery would have. It would redeem me, of sorts. As you can tell, I am not necessarily of this ilk. I used to work in the Iron Academy, a place of study under the Empire, but I've been since exiled for bringing such a preposterous idea to them.
Just so I'm hearing you clearly, my crew and I are very particular, and
Yeah, of
I
course,
just want
of course.
to be certain that should your texts and information prove to be farce, we will still be rewarded for our efforts in its retrieval.
Yes. And you watch as he sort of nervously ducks behind a counter, and you hear like the sound of like things falling over and crashing. Oh, darn! And he comes forward with a sack and puts it on the table. And as you open it, it is a sum of gold coins. A bit of payment in advance for your services.
Thank you. I appreciate this style. And I feel like she's gonna pick one out and bite it between her teeth just to make sure it doesn't bend or anything like that.
You confirm that it is in fact purely minted gold coin.
I'm gonna let the crab.
It pinches it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna let him hold it and carry it back to the little sack and scuttle in. And then I'm gonna make a gesture just to make sure he's okay with me taking it.
Oh yes, of course. Please,
And
by all means.
I'll take the sack and accidentally forget that he's in there for the shop and close him in. I'll let him out and then I'll scurry back out. And I'll take that.
All
I'll
right.
stick it somewhere in a coat that
So.
won't be reached.
I assume you have. This is your agreement.
Yes.
Yes, you are. All right. So these 3 pieces are, of course, scattered across. The first piece that you'll be able to find is located in the Freelands, on an island named Hoth. It should be relatively easy to find. Most of these are buried somewhere or enclosed in a ruin or some sort of archaeological site. Should be easy to find. The second one, I believe, exists somewhere around the outside of the Freelands. This one is difficult to find, and it's on an island of sorts, but it's not well documented. It is on Urshai maps and other such things, but if you have a competent navigator, you should be able to find it. It's near the southwestern quadrant, if you're looking.
Oh, wonderful. You have maps and such that I can take along with me.
Yes. And he begins to take these rolls of star charts and maps, and he goes, "Now this is where your payment and your services are truly tested. The third piece I have determined to be in a museum. It is closely guarded. It is considered a piece of art, but I doubt that is truly its purpose. And this museum is, of course, located within the Iron Empire itself. I'm, of course, not allowed back, but I doubt you will have any issue finding your way in there, someone of your reputation."
None whatsoever.
All right, then I entrust this to you.
And I'll take the scrolls and such and fiddle with them into like a little cylindrical tin that I brought with me.
Yeah.
Pop them in there, get lid, shoulder.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you again. She's gonna extend her hand.
Yes. You just out and shakes your hand.
And the crab is gonna do a handshake.
Yes, of course. He's very tentative and thinks that this crab is going to take his fucking finger with him.
No.
But he goes, "All right, thank you. Yes."
And so she's gonna put the crab back on her shoulder, take the mask off her hip, back to her face, and exit the building.
"Good day." And we watch as the camera pans to a scene inside the sort of stuffy interior of a pub. There's raucous conversation, many a card and dice game being played. There's grog being thrown here and there, as well as music, singing. It is lively, and we come to a corner booth in this pub, where we see a set of 4 individuals, all similar in taste, but very different in looks. Wesley, if you'd like to describe your character first.
Oh, I would be so shell-shocked if the captain were to come back and join us for a drink. But these are my mateys, and I'm Curly. I turned 30. I moved out, and I think I just want to hear more sirens sing.
Absolutely. Do you want to describe your character a little bit, like physically, what they look like?
Oh, he's a staunch 5'9", an aspirational beard grower. Wears a coat to display the few chest hairs that have grown, and the pants they're kind of like adrift heroically in the wind at any given time.
Absolutely.
There's the concealed dagger, and it's always a mystery how it emerges from such an unstructured pair of pants.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the dual pistols are somewhere inside the lining of this dramatic coat, which has holes in the bottoms of the pockets.
Hell yeah.
So sometimes it feels like there can be more in there than was originally thought to be there. Like things just appear from the lining. Like,
absolutely. The camera pans slightly to your left. Avery, would you like to describe your character?
So, Nails, spelled like snails but with a G, is an old man. He's about 63. So he's got the white hair and a beard to go with that. He walks around with his blunderbuss as a cane. He's got gold teeth because he has tried to bite things, and it's not gone well. And he's a crotchety old man, so he's a little like hunched and feral. Yeah.
bloodless.
Absolutely. The camera pans to your left and fails to find somebody, and then pans down to Michael. Would you like to describe your character?
Hi. So my character's name is Luca. To give you a physical description, he's about 4'9". He's very tiny. He's a 12-year-old boy. He's just a little guy. He also has like round glasses. He's a little shy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. And the camera pans to the left to Faith, if you'd like to describe your character.
Hello. My character is Louie. She's a cool little engineer. She's got like the engineer overall pants type thing that are repurposed from a cool military uniform that she may or may not have stolen. It's for me to know. You to never find out. She has the goggles on her face, but around her eyes it's like the soot and the sawdust, and that's also just completely all over her. Because she may or may not have just built an entire boat.
Absolutely. What are you all doing in this pub? What do you think is happening around you?
I'm down in drinks.
I'm definitely rereading my favorite book. The Book of the Divine Stars. That is my prized possession, and I take that everywhere. I'm also probably drinking an apple juice.
Avery, I imagine you just biting the table with your teeth.
He's eating the cup as he's drinking it.
You're the person who chews on
Well,
the
they're
straws.
gold now, so I don't have to worry about breaking them. They're solid gold.
There you go.
I think there is the unspoken rule that when the captain is not here, Louie is put on child watch duty. So even though Luca is reading his book very intently, Louie is sitting and watching, maybe with a drink. Just making sure that this little guy is okay.
And my parlay is not well on this particular day.
Yeah.
I've stumbled over to another table, called them lily-livered land lovers. Filthy varmint, and asked who was trying to get fucked up.
Right. As you've said this, you watch as the man you speak to, a sort of weathered sailor-looking fellow with these tattoos that run up his arms. He doesn't look like that big of a deal until he stands up and eyes you down as he's now a head taller than you.
Bloody Kraken.
What'd you call me?
You're looking lovely tonight.
Yeah, that's what I thought, man.
Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah, why don't you? Go on. And he ushers you towards the bar.
I like.
Oh.
I didn't realize Carly was a bottom. Sorry.
I pick him up a Pink Whitney, you know.
God, please go on.
Pick him up a pint of rum.
Yeah?
Get him back there. Hey, big buddy. Yeah.
Why, thank you, friend. Now why don't you kindly piss off?
Oh. Man, I miss the captain.
As you say that, you know exactly what bar they are, because there's no other place that they would go to besides the one that they're in now. Which is called, man, the Drunken Monk. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Man, the drunken monk is.
No, it's called the Drunken Monk.
Oh,
I wasn't
man.
expecting to have to make up a pub name on the spot.
I call it the Drunky Monkey.
As you walk in through the doors, you see this interesting scene transpiring as Curly has just been told to piss off after being handing this large man a drink. You can see Luca is intently reading a book. Louis is keeping an eye on him. And Nails is just biting a cup.
I don't even know where to start. I guess I would start with whatever the heck you're doing. I would say, I would look over at Nails and be like, Nails, get that out of your mouth.
Fine!
Mind stimulation elsewhere.
Nails picks up like a plate off the table and starts biting it.
Food, Nails! Not food!
There's like a boat of fries right
And then I think I would find my way over to Wesley. Where's
So
David?
the booth in the corner, just about across, is where Wesley or
Okay.
Curly has antagonized this man.
Okay, and so like you're going back. You gave the man the drink, and then you walked away, or you're still over there.
I think I've lost. I think I'm walking
So
away.
you're walking away.
Dejected.
All right, I feel like as
Walking
you're
the
walking
plank,
away,
if you will.
I'm gonna first situate my mask off onto my hip first, and then I'm gonna walk over and sling my arm over the back of your shoulder. And be like, well, you had a nice try, didn't you? But what is that? How many unsuccessful attempts has this been? We're really trying.
We're nearing the 230th.
Wow. Soon we're gonna have an anniversary.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
I'll be sure to get the good rum out. Pop out the good rum for such an occasion.
Captain, you always know what to say.
Well, then I want to, my main priority is talking to the child somehow. So are you on the floor or just like standing or sitting on the floor?
I think I'm still seated at the bar, but I'm so short that the camera had to pan down to get to me. I think I'm seated with y'all. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'll take an open seat next to you and sling the cylindrical bag with the maps onto the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, Luca, got a present for you right here.
Ooh. Where do you get these?
This is our next mission that we're on. I'd like to take inspection of them first. Your eyes only, for the time being.
All right, got it.
Do you open the bag?
Would it be safest if I did this later on when we're back on the ship?
That's up to you to know. Do you
I
think you get
think-
overwhelmed with like excitement because you get to see new star maps, or
As
do
a
you think,
child.
or do you think that you think ahead of time and you're like, I don't think this is the place for
I
me?
think I want to finish reading my book first,
Absolutely.
and I'll open it when we get to the ship.
Fair enough. Safe man. And then I'm going to look over to Louis here and be like, are we in any condition to continue traveling?
I have one more thing to fix. Gotta relive the nails, but
Not you.
not you. Louis sent a glare over 2 nails before finishing, but otherwise, the wharf is all set.
All right. Well, it is our final evening off, so best fill your bellies now. I won't give you permission again.
Nightcap, everyone.
We getting paid for this?
I'm gonna reach into my jacket, and I'm not gonna like put down or let go of the gold, but I'm gonna make sure I hold tightly, knowing that any one of them would snatch it at any moment.
Ooga.
I look up from my book.
Can I test if it's real?
I'm gonna like jiggle it around, and I'm like, you don't need to check if it's real.
Captain,
the crab has
Captain.
made his assessment.
Oh.
Louis looks over at Jean-Claude.
You shouldn't have.
And Jean-Claude does like a...
I know. I'm gonna
confirm.
give the bag to Jean-Claude, who's gonna like hold it and then use his pincers as like a threatening.
It's like the
like,
chinchilla
stick
holding
back.
stuff.
On each individual
Yeah.
coin.
Every one of you should take 1 point in being threatened by a crab.
I feel like the crab starts holding him. We all just cheer. Like,
Yeah.
All right, who's on nail duty tonight?
Not me. I always do it.
I did Dex last time, so.
I think it should be nails.
It is your cannon. It is.
I know, but
Oh, think of it this way, Nails. You can scour this entire bar and pull the nails out of the floor with your teeth and load your own cannon with it. I think you find that most entertaining.
I love that.
He's a crazy one, always looking at the ground, looking for
Nails.
ammunition.
Nails immediately goes down and starts pulling out the floorboard's nails.
Of the bar, yeah.
Dunk, dunk.
How did
It's a
you
good
get
thing
all
we're
this-
traveling.
I think I want Jean-Claude to start following you and collecting them. And holding them. Like, you gave the sack of money back to me, and it's in my jacket, so he's now following you. Because you're not even holding them, you're just ripping them off the floor.
Child,
I don't
what
care
are you
about the
reading?
nails.
What are you reading, child?
Wait, what?
Child.
What are you reading?
I'm reading my favorite book, the Book of the Divine Stars.
Okay.
Just checking.
Don't want you reading any of those banned books.
I have a handful of books that I like reread over and over again because I love hyperfixating on those books. You know, it just
Is
feels
the
nice.
bartender in the area?
Yeah, they're behind the bar.
We should probably run before they try to make us pay, right?
Gosh. So, it just depends on how much you've all had to drink.
I know
How
we
much
can't.
do
We
you-
can't pay for what I drank.
I have a question for you then. So this keen eye thing that I have to size somebody up, is that
Yes.
like an unlimited? I can use that. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have to roll it. You can just use it on somebody. I'd say that like once per scene. So like per encounter with a person, you can use it once on a person.
Let's see. These were interesting questions. Can I make up questions, or does it have to be these?
It's from that list.
Darn. Okay. All right. Then never mind.
All right. So are you guys dining and dashing? Is that the plan?
We could have so much more gold,
How-
Captain.
Have they noticed that I'm pulling up the nails in the floorboard yet?
Not yet.
I think we should go before they do.
I think they're too. Well, maybe the.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's just say the only drink we could actually pay for is the child's.
Apple juice.
I
We
need
just
you
send-
all
we
for
send-
1 second.
We send the child up with one golden coin, and then the rest of us disappear.
Yeah, and I'm just like.
That might be a.
If that's your plan,
mister.
I'd say choose somebody to head the action and then act under fire.
Oh, I have flamboyance.
I
Do
think
you want
this is
to
Wesley's job
act
here.
this and add flamboyance?
I so would.
So tell me how you add flamboyance to this.
I add flamboyance by I go back to the large person that I gave the drink to before.
Mhm.
I say, you know what? Fuck you. And I throw their drink in their face. And they throw me over a table, and that buys time for everyone else to run. Because I'm
Hell
the
yeah.
spectacle of this bar now.
I'm
Absolutely.
gonna make sure we grab the bag full of the maps and the crab on the floor.
Shall I roll?
Yes, absolutely.
So I roll an additional 2.
D6, yep.
Yeah. So these two, I got 5 and 3.
And then add another one.
Oh, it's a 5. So it's
So it's 5 and 5 for 10, plus your fleet, which is 2, so that's a 12.
Mhm.
Which means you succeed. That exactly happens. He goes, "Oi, fuck you then!" and whips you over his shoulder onto the table. You roll and hit the ground, and as that happens, the barkeep goes, "What are you guys doing?" and steps out from behind the bar as you hand him the gold piece. He goes, "Oh, thanks, kid," and goes to inspect what's happening. You all slip through the back, and as he's berating this man he's like, "You should read the sign," and he points to his big sign that says "No bar fights" in the corner. He goes, "Oh, that sign's bullshit, man. We all know that we love bar fighting." He goes, "I don't care how much you like it or how much you love it. It's not allowed." And while this is happening, you roll over and get up and walk out the door with the rest of the party.
I love it.
Love the big guy.
You get out of the stuffy interior of the pub and come out into the cold streets of Undertow. You're making your way back to the ship? All right.
Could use a shirt right about now.
I would say the air definitely feels very satisfying. Like I feel like a lift in my mood.
It's gonna smell like fish.
It does.
Well, love the smell of fish in the morning.
In fact, it smells kind of like, I'd say it smells more like smoke and like
Oh, that's right.
expired
Oh.
crab-ish.
Never mind.
Too soon.
I'm so sorry, but crustaceans are the main like food source because they don't fly.
Do you know what happened to Claude's family?
I do.
Oh no.
They were fished.
And I'm gonna keep him close. Make sure he doesn't get confused with any of the other crustaceans.
What's the
Yeah,
other
imagine he's
crustaceans?
wearing like a little hat so you can tell him apart.
We're walking in the street and...
Yes, you make your way back towards the wharf. The huge wooden amalgamation in front of you.
That's right.
You said that you need to refill the nails before you leave?
Yeah, that's Nail's job.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna send the little dude over your way. I don't know how comfortable you are with the crab. I feel like you and the crab vibe for the
Yeah,
violence.
absolutely.
Only
So-
one that you like.
We had to keep you because the crab liked you. The crab is gonna
A real
go over.
Chevy Chase.
I feel like he's got like his little claws just kind of like they're falling through, but he's got them. And he has them, and he's gonna present them. I feel like he has like this little area in his shell. It's really small, but he was keeping them all in there.
And he keeps a gun in there.
No, if
Whoa.
he's gonna have a weapon, he's gonna have like one of those little toothpick swords they put in the sandwiches.
Like a little machete. It's like his machete.
So he's gonna bring over all the nails and then turn onto his side, and they're just gonna spill out everywhere, and then he's gonna scuttle away.
Okay. Well, Nails is like picking his teeth with a nail. So he while doing that, he like starts picking up the nails and just like shoving them in the cannon haphazardly. The one he was picking his teeth with just chucks that in there too, and it's just like a ton of nails just in a cannon. And that's literally all it is. There's no art to putting them in. It's just as long as they're inside the cannon, it's fine.
All right. As you load that in, Louis, you start the engine, and we watch as it lifts up and raises into the night cover, and the sails are hoisted and unfurled, and they're out.
Best
And
moment.
we cut
It's nighttime,
to
right?
it is
That's my
yes.
So we would have our
Best moment.
lighthouse beam in the
The
front.
large beam turns on.
Yes.
If the lighthouse was on the wharf, I took the
That's
lighthouse.
what I'm saying. That's what
And I think it's being
did.
fueled by like some sort. You guys also like this is being fueled definitely like an oil lamp because it's like old timey. So I feel like you also have
Like
the option.
kerosene?
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
also actively
Yeah.
have kerosene in your ship.
Yeah. I think that's what
Yeah.
the souls of the innocent are for.
No.
The souls of the innocent.
Why did we
Our
bring that back
kerosene.
up?
All right,
I reduced them to crude oil.
No.
just like the dinosaurs.
No.
I
All right.
play with my concealed dagger. I decide to play...
That's one thing to call it.
5-finger fillet.
Yes, I do.
In the common room, we will cut to a scene with Luca and our Captain Domino as you unfurl the star maps. Luca, these
We're in
are.
the common room or we're in the
I
captain's
assume
quarters?
you can wherever you want to be. Do you think this would happen in the captain's
I
quarters?
think it would.
Oh,
I'm
alright.
trying to hide from the rest of them and the prying eyes.
Mm.
So I think
Alright.
that I would take them in there.
Gotcha. And we're gonna hold for Leo. You're good.
I gotta run to the bathroom anyway.
Oh yeah. We can talk. I was just holding for him.
Just utter silence.
Yeah. It's fine because I can literally like edit out all of this.
Okay.
So-
Everything is still good. I want to make sure.
Yeah, we're vibing.
Should
Sure.
you bleep me?
Should I bleep you when you say what?
The things I should not have said.
Cool.
No, just when I said fucking stuff.
No, it's not. This isn't like published by the school. There's no
Oh.
rules. This is going to be independently published.
Nice, nice.
I make all the rules.
So, quick question about like just in regards to like me having all the locations in mind when I'm
I'm
talking.
writing the notes so I can give you everything that happens.
Am I now canonically
okay.
a bottom?
Yeah.
just so I can like when we do open the maps, I can like direct it a bit
It checks.
clearer.
Oh wait. The
It
maps
makes sense.
themselves. I don't remember what's on them.
These maps are essentially showing you. These are like star charts and stuff that give you an approximation of where.
I have what each of them do or what each of them were. Like there's the first one. Oh, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, there's star charts that are like approximations of where this island that
This is
exists
like
in this
the
section.
bloopers.
Yeah.
This is our bloopers cut.
Yeah. Good luck. Have fun.
So it's a approximate. I can't speak. It's the approximations of where the stars are.
So,
I'm sorry.
so a star chart essentially is like it shows you how the stars would align when you are in the presence of where the island would be. So it's essentially like lining up.
Oh,
angles.
cool.
Hold on. I'm gonna take. I forgot I don't have another D6.
Are we supposed to only have 2 or 3?
Two. Wesley
Okay.
uses 3 because he has a thing that lets him use 3.
I should probably grab some of those. That'd be smart.
I'm waiting for someone to try our gold so I can yell, hands off me booty.
I really wanted to test the coin because I was just gonna be like, instead of like biting, I was just gonna put it in my mouth and leave it there. Like,
You can see them. They're all
Nails.
hidden.
Now give it back.
Nails, we need that. Oh.
Do you think pirates go and get their ears pierced together?
They all get the. I get it.
They get Claire's?
No!
At Claudia's.
Claudius! Alright, I'm
I
They-
just
they
buy
all
a
get it-
ring
they all get
because I don't want to
infected
get my
because they got
ears
the
pierced.
Claire's.
Fun fact: the concept of an earring for a pirate existed because you'd be able to pull the earring out of their dead body and pay for a funeral.
Oh.
That was the concept of having an earring. Is that it would be enough gold to pay for a funeral.
Yeah,
for the
that makes
deceased.
sense.
Please get engineer.
Interesting.
I'm trying to find a 6-sided dice that's not.
Like a D6.
Alright, don't mind me. I'm just gonna.
No, that's the wrong G6. That's it.
Mind me,
When I
I'll
was a
put the
kid,
back, I promise.
my like family friend, who was like an old woman, she gave us like dentist gold in like a really weird container, and it was very unclear if it was like her old teeth that she gave us. But they were like gold and silver, so like we were able to take them to like a Coinstar type of thing and like get some money. But it was just like unclear like whose teeth they were, like why there were so many of them, like.
I'm just gonna take out.
I feel like
the D6s.
That's
It'd
prefer
be
to know
cooler
you
to
find
keep
out.
them, right? Like wear them, like
to wear them.
second-hand golden teeth, like.
That sounds disgusting.
Get them like put in? Is that what
Yeah.
you're trying to say? Somebody else's teeth in your mouth?
It's like when you thrift something. like-
Ew! I'm so sorry. This is taking a moment. I'm trying to just shove
I need
it
to
away.
find a time to bring up the toenail bag.
Ew.
Oh my god.
I'm just taking out all the D6s in case anyone needs any more.
Mhm.
Just trying to put them all back now. Because I did dump the whole bag out.
I can guarantee you right now you have enough D6s. You don't need to get more.
That's the end of it anyway. I did them all.
Like a D6.
Indeed. Thank you, Michael.
That's the wrong note.
Shit.
Anyway.
Let's close this.
Oh,
And solve
you're
the problem.
so right.
There we go.
So there.
Philip is in there.
Oh no,
Claude.
Claude!
So you're in the captain's quarter. He's getting nails, but are we together?
Are you what?
Are we like the B plot where we always play chess or something?
Oh no. Okay, I'm
Okay,
so
are we
sorry.
ready to resume?
Or
Yes.
we're playing Battleship.
That's funny. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I brought Battleship
I'm
on
gonna
the
say
boat.
we're in the captain's quarters.
Yes. All right. We're gonna give a second of silence just so that we can, just for editing purposes. So, you said you wanted to be in the captain's quarters?
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Would you like to describe the captain's quarters for us?
Yes. So, like I was saying, an important part of Jeannie is that she has this mask. No one's sure why yet, but the room is very dimly lit, except for a big certain light over this octagonal-shaped table in the center. Mm-hmm. And hanging from the ceilings are just different lengths of rope holding up all these different types of masks, many of which are broken or chipped, or they're just really strange looking. And there is like a faint window in the back that has like a little ledge to it, but there's like curtains, but everything is dark at the moment. So that's really the only thing you can really see is this like velvety purple octagonal table in the center, where she has now taken the cylindrical. What is this word?
Cylindrical.
I'm
You
sorry,
got it right.
I'm thinking of Cyndaquil. Anyway, taking that container full of the maps and delicately, gently shaking the bottom out, and then unfurling them and putting little tiny weights down. And I feel like the idea of it, I'm running out of weights for like one last quarter, one maps. So Sean crawls off and he acts as one of the weights, and he just kind of goes, he sits down in one of the corners of the map so it doesn't move. And so I'm going to work with Luca to try to put them in order. And basically, for the sake of time, not out loud, but generally give the gist of everything that man Alexander told me about each of the locations. So how the first one is up at the Freelands and Hoth, and it's buried or enclosed. The second one is outside the Freelands, and it's somewhere on the islands, the Eero-shaped people. And the third one is in the Iron Empire of the museum that's closely guarded. And giving that general spiel about those three locations.
Gotcha. So, I'd say from this entire interaction, you learn where this thing is, and looking at the position of the star charts, something sort of comes up in the back of your mind, and you're reminded of the jungle that you had learned about in your time working in the Circle of Divine Stars. You remember, hey, this looks similar, and you think that if you have the knowledge that you had before, and if this place is the same place, given this information in this star chart, maybe not another navigator would be able to find this place, but you are confident in your ability and your knowledge to be able to find this island. And with that, mark it a blue.
Alright.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, that's good. He marks it a blue.
I thought it was a bad thing.
No, you guys don't start with any. It's a bad thing when you get 3.
That's my obscure knowledge.
It's his obscure knowledge.
Yeah.
It comes into play and he gets it a blue.
It's where the griffins
What
are.
if I never steal
Where the
any
griffin
birds?
things
I never
are.
get any blues.
I believe in you. What's the...
You're bottom, so I don't.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
I think you can do
got hate
something.
crimed.
We believe in you.
I think if you try hard, you can do it.
You don't have to be a tryhard, you just have to try. I'm so sorry. Go on.
What an encouraging captain.
I need to stop.
All right.
Anyway.
With that happening, is there anything else? Any other scenes anybody would like to play out really quick?
Checkmate, Louis.
No, but this isn't even chess, this is battleship.
Checkmate.
No, you did
you
not
hear
say
that?
no.
Hear my... Those are my cannons in your harbor.
No, you missed every single one.
Oh, it didn't sound like it.
Can I do 2 other little things?
Absolutely.
Number 1, I would like to break out some of the good rum. I want to know how much of it do I have.
As much as you can continue to take.
Okay, I just want to pour myself a little shot. I'm not giving any to the child.
Louis, do you smell that in the other room? That's the smell of good rum. All we had today was hardtack.
Oh my gosh, I can't speak. The doors are barred.
We have to do something about this.
I'm gonna I just gotta straight from the bottom.
Louis, come on. Louis,
if
the
there's like
back
a little
entrance.
window-
The back entrance, Louis.
If there's like a little window in the captain's quarters, you can just see Nails like frothing at the mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't know the rum was that good.
Yeah,
It's the good rum.
if they're like going towards the door at this point, we gotta put the maps away really quick, otherwise they'll
Well,
see
this
it.
is after we've already talked about the maps.
Okay, so we've put it away at this point. Okay, good.
Roll to sneak onto the roof of the captain's quarters and lower Louis in.
Lower you in how? There's no roof.
Can I roll fleetness?
Okay, so is this something that you are genuinely attempting to do?
Yes.
No.
Get a sip of rum for us.
Why?
Get a sip of rum for us.
No.
I would love to hear a little bit. So, how about we coordinate this plan between you and Louis? How is this going to go? What is your thought process in this situation?
So we're on the roof already. I've already convinced you. We're on the roof.
Oh my gosh!
And this is the roll for I'm gonna lower you down. I'm holding out my pants. They normally have a belt, so now they don't. They're just holding on. They're just holding on. But now you can hold on to one end of the belt, and I'll lower you down.
Lower you down through what? There's no hole in the ceiling.
I think we're making one.
No!
I can punch
You
through
do.
objects.
I was gonna say you do have a move called "Tool for the Job."
Oh, I do have the right tool for the job.
We
Yeah,
could create a trap door.
I do have that.
We could
I
also
chose
just,
it too.
we could also just use the same window that Nails is at.
We should do that instead.
We could do that instead of.
But I have Jean-Claude at the window, kind of like tapping at the
no,
glass.
that makes sense. So do you want to roll
Keeping
tool for the
watch.
job?
Oh. Which plan are we going?
I think we're building you a fireplace with a little chimney.
What?
Alright, try me.
What? How did this happen?
You have the tools. I trust you, Louis.
Oh my. All right. I guess I'm doing this then.
All right. What is the move? Reads how?
Roll stabby on a 7 to 9. You have a tool that can be somewhat helpful. On a perfect 10, you have exactly what's needed.
Awesome. All right, roll.
I should probably put that down. Two of these.
2d6.
Can I try to counter this? Because I feel like I know what's happening.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see, Captain.
Hey.
Let me
You
see if
scallywag.
I can actually do what Curly wants. It's a 6 and a 4.
Which means you succeed. You
Yeah.
have on your person
Rum!
you have a rotary drill and a
That's
and
right.
a hole saw attachment,
That's right, I do.
and you start cranking,
Yes!
and you hear Capitano, you hear like of wood being cut. And you're like, what? And you very perfectly like, and you are in a hole above the top of
Yeah!
the captain's quarters.
That's right.
And so you're gonna start lowering yourself down. You're gonna start being lowered down.
Oh my
On the belt,
gosh,
on
not
the
by the
belt.
pants.
Describe
On the
what
belt, on the
they
belt.
see as Louis is being lowered down into
Okay.
this.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it and try to have this counter to it. Because I like the idea. I drew a visual aid. It looks a little like this.
God.
Okay.
So that's
What?
the ship. I imagine that there's like a thin lining of like a net underneath the boat. So in case in a general case, if any one of us like fell off, it would catch us. But in the same case, I feel like there's like a little lever next to my table that if I open it, the octagonal table splits in half. And then you can fall in straight through the net, so it's like an escape plan. So what I would like
You
to
did
do
this.
is I would like
You
hiding in the
did
shadows,
Okay.
run up, pull the lever, snap the belt in half, and let Louis fall into the net.
Are you cutting it like with your
My
sword?
sword.
Okay.
No!
I would say
This is all in you,
Roll
Curly.
intimidation.
for this, what kind of move do you think this would be?
This would be.
I'm kind of-
because I had to hit the belt.
Well, I'm thinking it's either cross arms or,
Oh, wait,
or act under fire.
It's hold on. Let me look. You said cross arms or
Act under fire.
I don't know. I feel like maybe it is under fire because I know that like I'm under attack, so maybe it's that.
Okay, if that's what you roll, act under fire.
Maybe. Okay. I don't know. It's two of these, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Depending on this roll,
A
Tori.
6 and a 5.
Louis!
This is all on you, you little shit.
You see on the table is the bottle of rum. You're so close. You reach down as soon as your fingers make it. You hear and the table splits in half, and you hear the of the saber as Curly,
How am I
as you're
supposed to
holding
hold
the,
up my pants
you're
now?
holding the tension and straight through, and you go into a net, and you feel the cold, misty air of the outside of the boat hit your skin as you are in the net.
This is all on Curly.
Can I
You
make
need
one
to-
more request?
You're putting on another piece of clothing.
As Curly's looking down, like, oh no, he's gonna feel something on his shoulder. And Jean-Claude's just gonna. Oh no. Like, it's gonna frighten you, and then you leave. Go away.
Fear the crab.
You go to put on another piece of clothing.
How about
I put on an additional piece of clothing and I go to pick you up from the net.
You gotta jump
No.
in. You gotta jump
Crawling.
in with her.
I crawl up
It's
myself.
gonna
I
go
don't
up,
need-
physically pull
You make it almost all the way up, but I extend the hand at the very top. I'm like, hey, sorry about that.
I'm hesitant at first, but then I see exactly like.
I would like
What
to
were you
look
saying?
at this carnage that I've caused, and I'm gonna say, if you all wanted to drop a rum, all you had to do was ask. Now you get nothing. That's the end of that. Actually, I'm gonna pour a little shot for Nails.
Oh.
Yeah!
It had nothing to do with this.
Nails just watch this.
It was all Curly's idea.
No, you're right.
Well,
it seems too late even to
Someone
roll
is in
for
the net.
parlay.
Curly is not the one in the net. It's you. I blame you both.
I think the
No.
child should roll parlay for if they get some of the rum.
No,
No, I'm good, I'm
child.
good.
Persuade.
Anyway, that's the end of that. I'm gonna also reach into a drawer and give you a new belt. It's not gonna be as
Oh.
nice as the one you had.
It's significantly chunkier and better at holding up your pants.
Oh, daddy's belt.
No!
What?
Stop that.
Can you give him another piece of clothing too? Is what he deserves.
Let's see. Let's see. What clothing are you wearing now?
I think it'd be really funny if it was just a vest. Like, so if the coat ever comes off, it's still a vest. It's still way too low neck. It's like,
What clothing are you wearing at this moment besides the coat and the pants?
it's a pair of trousers that are too large and a dramatic coat. So it's obscenely
any shoes?
decorative. Like it's no.
I'm gonna give you one sock.
Okay.
No! I have a loose sock.
Lost this one in the wash, I
I
did.
want you to be uncomfortable with one sock.
You actually just gave me the sack that the gold came in. It's my sock. Yeah.
Sure.
I actually do like that.
Whether or not you want to wear it is your own.
Yeah. All right. It seems like nail gun's loaded though. Where to, Captain?
Well, as Luca and I were in here being productive with our actual time, we have uncovered the location of the first, last known whereabouts of these artifact, treasure, remnants, things.
Yeah.
Insert better description of whatever we're finding in this place.
Keys.
They're keys.
They're
Okay.
keys to
I was like,
ancient
is
temple.
treasure? Is it an artifact?
They are artifacts and keys.
Okay. So,
Other such things.
rephrasing, they will say we were in here, and we've discovered the location of the first key, or keys.
Yes.
And we shall have no problem finding it, from what I have been told.
The
In-
devil fruit will be mine.
All right. What this is going to be a roll from our trusty navigator.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
going to divine the path.
Child.
So you roll plus salt.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
It's at the bottom of the playbooks.
Oh, the rolls are at the bottom. Alright, let me. I have my own little page of like character notes and stuff. Alright. It's at the very bottom.
Yes. Under ship moves.
Go get him, kid. Burn their
Engage
dumb
maneuvers.
rogers.
When you engage maneuvers.
Right under engage
or-
maneuvers.
Okay, divine the path. There we go. When you divine the path, roll plus salt on a 7 to 9. Choose 1 on a 10 plus. Choose 2. The MC may choose 1 from the remainder.
Yeah, so you're choosing 2 or 1 that I can't choose from this list.
So 2 of the bullet points here.
Yes, 2 or 1, depending on how you roll.
All right. Let me pick this up. I rolled 2 6s.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Choose
That's
2.
our navigator.
Choose
Yeah.
2 that I cannot choose from that list.
So, and it can be any of these.
Any of these.
All right. I will say the path is slow and it has lots of wildlife.
Are ones that I can't choose.
Wait, I thought the bullet points were.
So these are things that I can't. So these are all things that would impede your path, like going through it. They're all hazards and stuff that would like impede it. You choose 2 of them that I cannot select from the list, and then I select 1 from the remaining.
Wait, which ones can you not select? I'm sorry.
So
You'd be guarding us against those debuffs, like
Yeah.
so he couldn't
So,
slow
like-
us and he couldn't give us too much wildlife.
exactly.
But he could be like,
So,
whoa, look at all
he
these
could
enemies
be like,
with eyes.
this could be all these things. It could be like, all right, I'm going to prevent Eli from taking the hazards and the wildlife, but that might mean in return that the path is slow or it's occupied territory, because you can pick whichever ones you don't choose.
Oh, I see. So these are things I can take off
Yes.
of the
Yes.
list. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, path is full of hazards. Path has lots of eyes. Take those out.
All right. I will
Eyes?
say that since you're coming up from Undertow, the path is going to be in occupied territory.
That checks
Meaning
out.
there will be people there already.
This will be in a controlled territory. So,
Might
well,
want
you're gonna find out.
to steal their wharf.
Steal their war.
Wharf
Get
2.
dwarfed.
The
As-
sequel.
I gotta add to the ship.
This is
Add to the wharf.
Sea
Wharf for the
Pirate
wharf
Campaign,
god.
colon, get
We're
dwarves.
like
Chapter 1.
we're like the Borg, and we're gonna assimilate them.
That's Louis' novel, Get Wharf.
All right.
I'm excited.
And as you chart your course and set your sails, you take rest for the night. Wake up the next morning. The sun is peeking through the clouds. You can see many a mist. There's sort of a rainbow behind you as these clouds have congealed behind you and you are breaking into a bit of a clearing. As you come up, as you are raising out of the tertiary boundary of the lower level, you come into the midsection of cloud cover where it's a bit spotty, but you can generally see. Checking the winds up in your crow's nest, gathering what you can see, you know that you're making good headway. You should be
Yes.
there in time. Your chart is plotted, and then you spy just from the corner. You can see what looks like an island coming up in the distance. It's a little bit obscured by cloud cover, and that's all you
Okay.
can really glean from the situation.
All right. I assume we talk about the island now.
Yeah.
I think is that the jungle?
Looking closer, you're not entirely sure unless you get closer.
Okay. I think we should try to get closer, see if that's the jungle, because that's our throughway to the first stop.
Who's manning the boat?
I believe.
No.
No, not you.
I thought
No.
that was you. I was
It's
under
me,
the
right?
impression that was
Yes.
you.
Okay.
And I'm on the crow's
manning
nest.
boat.
You
Okay.
man the helm.
You and your strong sense of direction.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we should head towards that area, because the next step after the jungle will be where we need to go.
All right.
Following your directional guidance.
Plot your course and start to go. Let's get a man the helm roll.
Is that a me thing?
Yep. It could be whoever's manning the helm.
As a
That
monkey,
is
I'm
me,
very
isn't it?
excited about the
Okay.
jungle.
I don't remember. I thought we just said. That
It's
is.
whoever's established. Sometimes people can't get places they need to get to.
Oh no.
Don't break my wharf.
I'm trying. That's a 5 and a 1.
5 and a 1. That's a 6 plus savvy is 7, I
Uh,
believe.
7 to 9 has options, right?
Yeah, there are complications.
so that would
C-section.
be
Yeah,
yes.
it would be a 7.
That is a 7. All right. So as you man the helm, you chart the
Fine.
course, and the sails unfurl and catch the wind as you go upward in an angle across. As you are going towards this island, the cloud cover begins to clear, and you can see a tower. It's sort of the islands of Skysea vary incredibly so in their different sizes and shapes. Islands can be as big as they would be in how we're normalized to them. They could be as big as a city. They could be as big as a town. They could just be a couple square miles. And as you pass this one, this specific island is not very large. It's maybe a mile across.
Yeah.
And looking at it, you come to realize this is not the jungle as you thought it would be. Though you are heading towards it, from what you can tell from the position of the sun, you're not necessarily aligned. And as you communicate this to the captain, you come over the breach of this island, and you can see a large watchtower is sitting almost at the apex of this island.
Mm.
Looking down at it, this is what looks to be like an Iron Empire mining facility.
Oh no. Okay. So I want to hold back the ship then as soon as I get word of this. Make sure we don't cross the threshold, and we try to stay hidden in the clouds while we regroup.
Gotcha. I'd say this is act under fire.
Oh gosh. I have one of these.
There we go.
Thank you. Alright. That's even worse. What did you do? That's a 4.
That's a 4. What's your fleet?
Nothing.
Since the day I've known him, my captain was never lucky.
Darn. Well, I feel like maybe I got caught in a wind current, and so I tried, but
you try to like drop the side sails as since this is a sky ship and there's all around you.
Yep.
You have your main sail and your other sail that catches the front, but you also have sails that come out to the side, and you attempt that help you steer and rotate the ship and keep it balanced in wind current. You drop your left side sail in an attempt to try to like slow down your rotation, but that ends up catching a current and you careen closer and just barely miss the outside of the watchtower as you hear a siren start to go off.
Oh no.
Oh no. And our ship has those special abilities, does it?
It's got the nail
It's
cage.
time.
Oh,
That's it?
We just reloaded
You
that.
couldn't have chosen something stronger.
That's literally all it is. There's no like explosions or.
It's just nails.
So I think that would hurt a person.
Okay, we also have normal cannons.
Do we?
Yeah.
I thought this was like the only.
No, you don't just have the nail cannon.
Manning the normal cannons.
Yeah, I was gonna say our normal cannons are more powerful than the nail cannon. Can we get another cannon?
You don't know what the nail cannon does yet.
Okay, you're right. Maybe it shoots one big nail.
No, it's a lot of nails.
It's like
It
Bloom's
gets
tower
melted
defense.
down
Like
into firing hot
Can I roll the
nail
armor cannons?
lava.
Absolutely, you can. Are you going to fire on this tower?
I just figure it's better to be ready, you know?
The cannons are ready. Arm the cannons is when you attack as the ship.
Okay,
So
never
you-
mind. Then I should see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Um,
not attack just yet.
So as this
The
goes
alarm is
off,
going off.
You sure,
the alarm is going off and you're slowly drifting past it. You see as another smaller ship, significantly smaller than yours,
Yeah, that's right.
begins to rise up out of the port.
Is it made of wood?
It is made of wood, as most ships are.
Gotta steal that.
Can we
It has the sort of like iron banding around the outside though, and is riveted
That
together.
would make a great third living room.
Oh no.
nails.
Yeah,
Um,
that would be.
Okay. 1 second. Reading. Where is? This is not helpful in any way.
Are they going to speak with us?
You're not sure yet.
Something tells me.
Okay. So, can I do my little captain's orders here
Yeah, absolutely.
and have first I'll shout over to Nails, and I'll be like, Nails, you get that cannon ready.
Oh, it's ready!
Jesus. And then I'd be like, I'm gonna shout for Luca at the top and be making sure that we're going. Keep an eye out for that boat and keep watch on it at all times. You would let me know as happening. Every little thing that they're doing, you let me know.
Mhm.
And then what else? Am I allowed to give it to multiple people or just to one?
I'd say that you can give it to one person per scene, but besides that, I say that now that you've given Luca an order to watch the ship, mark a doubloon.
Okay. That's not a good thing.
That is a good thing. It's just you can't
The
get
doubloons-
three.
Doubloons let you ante up, which is a good thing.
Oh, I thought you said it was a bad thing.
No.
At 3.
It's a bad thing when you get to 3.
But you had none, so.
That's true.
Wait, why is it bad when you get to 3?
I also-
So
You-
3 is the
I have
fair
to
and
steal the
fair,
whole
so you
heart.
have a doubloon for each of your
I always
eyes
show
and for
my
your
mechanical
for under your
powers.
mouth,
Is
under
there a
your
way to
tongue
get
for
rid
when
of
you.
them?
All
It's
that
like a
means
death
is you
knife.
add
And
this
yeah.
shit to
When
our
you
ship.
use ante up, you roll your doubloons and
It'll be the
use
heist
them
of the
up.
century.
And anti-up is...
It's at the bottom.
Got it.
Ante up lets you
I think
take
that you
+1
can
going
steal
forward for
things
what you're
and
doing,
things
make an
never
attack
work
without
out.
suffering harm,
One of
take a
these
10 on
days
any
they
move,
will.
or get an opportunity.
I'm the idea guy.
Oh my gosh. You're the
My
idea guy?
execution, fine. But yours, no. I do my part.
Okay. Cool. alarm sounds. So you're with the gun. You're watching the ship.
And by the ship, we mean the ship,
enemy one.
the
That's.
enemy ship. Yes. Okay.
I want to know everything that it's doing.
The ship is now its sails have unfurled, and the mark of the Iron Empire, the sort of spiral shaped kind. It looks kind of like a spearhead, essentially.
Mm,
It's like very triangular, and then it has these offshoots to the side.
okay. Y'all, it has the Iron Empire emblem. We should be careful. Yeah.
Well, it hasn't started firing on us yet. Means we still have some time. Can we outrun it?
Is that your plan?
I don't know if I want to attack it yet.
Yeah, we don't know what it has in store, so it might be best to just try and gun it.
Can we just attack it? It'll be fun!
It's smaller. We are a bigger ship, though, which means it would be faster.
But we don't know what weapons they have hidden.
Correct.
But
We know what weapons we have.
Yes, a small cannon full of nails. I know exactly what we have. I'm well aware, which is why I believe that outgunning it for now might be our safest option.
I agree.
How far from the key are we?
That is an excellent question, navigational friend.
We first have to find the jungle, and then from the jungle we can get to our first key.
I think we should
We are not at the jungle yet. We have quite a
So,
bit yet.
have you been plotting your course for the jungle specifically?
Well, yeah. 'Cause
Gotcha.
That was.
You also know that there is a key piece. There's no specific order you have to go into. So there's the jungle, which is a bit hidden, but there's also Hearth, which is an established freeland island. And there's also the one that is in Iron Empire territory. It's actually at, it's on the main.
Yeah, that's last stop.
Yeah, we should
Save some nails for that.
stock up on
Yeah,
on
let's not
weapons
use
for when
that
we
one yet.
for when we need to inevitably
This is a
charge
mining
there.
town, you said, correct?
It seems like it's an island being strip mined. So the Iron Empire does this often. It will mine an island for its resources until it can no longer float.
Ew,
Oh
I should take the resources.
And that's what the chain lands, which are these sort of chained rocks that exist around the bottom of the Iron Empire's main island. They are islands that were chained to the mainland and then mined until they couldn't float anymore and just hang below
Gotcha.
That's terrifying.
the
So
Iron
one
Empire.
like
little
entirely
chain
gutted.
breaks and all those
Yeah.
people are gone.
Real homeworld vibe.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said.
Okay, is the ship, obviously it's still following us, is it attacking us?
It hasn't gotten close enough for if it wanted to attack you, it could or anything.
Okay.
Is your plan to run away?
I don't know how fast our ship is.
Yeah,
If you want to try to get away, I'd say roll to hoist the sails.
Which one of us does that?
Whoever you want, but it's a fleet roll.
It's a
Oh,
fleet
You're
roll.
up.
Who
You're,
is-
I was gonna say you two are in the engine room, or you two are. You said you were manning a cannon. You're getting ready to shoot nails.
No, I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't do it?
No.
So you are available to hoist sails if you want to.
Do you want me to?
I have
I'm
zero
highly-
fleet, so
You're
I-
in the
Fleet
crow's
is
nest anyway.
We are trying to run it, aren't we?
Yeah.
yeah, you should roll. Also, don't you have 3 die?
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
you
he
should
has
roll
one.
that.
Flamboyance.
Oh yes, he has.
Oh,
the-
I haven't done this with Flare yet.
With Blair.
I whip off the extra garment that you made me wear because
Oh.
it was slowing me down,
How?
and now I'm doing it this flamboyantly.
I don't know if pulling a sock off is super flamboyant.
And
He
I,
makes it work.
I put it on my hand and I do a little Michael Jackson dance because now I have a glove.
like the
No.
Okay,
You are not.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you on that one.
Why?
So 6 and 4, and then 6. So 6 and 6.
Yeah, absolutely, that
Hey.
succeeds.
Hey yo.
I didn't finish writing the hoist the sails move, but that means that you escape. You kick up your speed, and your speed increases.
I didn't add my
Fleet.
to it.
You're fine. A 10 and up succeeds.
Yeah, you're good.
As the
Now
sails
you're good.
expand, you catch something, the engine whirs, you rise a little bit, and you catch the wind as you begin to outrun and outpace the small vessel behind you. As you are making your way away from this ship, the ship is going to try to fire on you.
Try.
Those
You-
scabby sea bass.
You watch as a shot fires out at you, but it curves and arcs down. You're too far away for them to be able to shoot. So
Okay,
they
good.
hoist the lift, side sail, and turn back towards it.
Oh, so they give up.
Yes.
We safely retreated. Let's go. Woo!
And as
It
you
worked.
continue on your path forward, you find yourselves further pushed forward. What's something that I can have you guys do right now? What's a role that we can act for?
Not the rum again.
Not the rum again. Please.
Or if we try the rum again,
No.
Curly's gonna do it.
It's hidden. No.
As you're making your way forward, you find yourselves very quickly taken into this very large, very thick cloud. You're under cloud cover for a while.
And that's where the scariest creatures are, right?
Not necessarily. You're not like that's like the bottom, you know, like it's still in the midsection where there's still some light that's perforating, so it's like a grayness around you. But you're not in like the black void of the bottom cloud layer.
Oh, I just have a lot of sea creature phobias.
I'm so sorry that you're playing this then, Wesley. And so as you make your way forward, you see something appear out of the distance. There's something happening, and those are rocks, aren't they? As these floating rocks are in your way, I need somebody to engage maneuvers. It's a savvy roll.
That is no go for Tori.
Who is the highest savvy here?
It's me.
Yeah.
By all
I'm the
means.
savvy. It's me.
So
Make
if
a
we
savvy
mess
roll.
up, it's your fault again.
Damn it! Hey, the rum was not my fault.
Again.
I had a perfect 10.
I had an 11 though, man.
I got a 12.
You messed up. I had a +1.
I don't
You
think I've
know.
rolled yet.
Did you?
Have you not rolled them?
You have a
No.
+2 savvy though, right?
Get
We
there.
haven't had to punch anything yet.
Yeah.
Avery doesn't exist, actually.
Not until we need to punch things.
You're an enigma.
Engage maneuvers. Where is that? Okay.
Engage maneuvers is at the bottom.
Okay.
Roll
I
plus
also
seven.
didn't pick the bust through an object thing, so I can't.
It is a 9 and then plus 2, 11.
Nice.
You engage
I didn't
maneuvers,
fail.
I taught you
you
well.
push energy into the engine, and you essentially move up and down, and with the coordination with the people who are hoisting sails, you manage to tilt ever so slightly and avoid any hard rock contact.
Yo, that's some mechanical prowess.
And as you, absolutely, mark the bloom.
Give me a balloon. I want one.
As you clear out through this, you come into a clearing, and you can see now this almost sort of gloomish jungle-looking island. in front of you.
I rolled to woo the island.
No!
You really got him, Wesley.
Okay, so I want to slow us down a little bit now that we've made it past the rocks, just so we can get a good look at the area from above.
All right. From above, you can see this is a very thick, jungly island. There is what looks like a sort of upwards protruding rock formation towards the top of it. You can't see a lot of, like, from the height that you're at, you can't see a lot of, like, any wildlife or anything that would be happening. But you can see a place where there is riverfall, where a river runs from the center of the island and comes off the edge and falls downward.
Yeah.
Are we closer to the edge where it falls?
You're sort of, if you're looking at the edge where it falls, that would be like right here, and you guys are positioned right here.
I think so. That's like downriver, so we want to go upriver.
Yeah, so you'd have to chart a course upriver.
All right, so I think we should travel upriver. That would make the most sense towards that formation of rock. That's a good place to start.
You're also going to have to find somewhere where you can dock the ship.
Well, we already have
We're
our
gonna
own
have to-
wharf.
we're-
So.
You're just going to have to drop anchor somewhere. Like,
so
generally the edge, it's difficult, so
Get one.
because of the way that islands move, anchoring something at an edge of an island is easier to do than on top of an island. Like at a rock, like at the top of that rock face would be difficult because then the island itself could push up into the wharf and damage the hull.
okay, we don't want to do that. So how do the physics of docking work? Does the anchor like hit
So
the
you-
land?
How it works is there is an anchor that drops. There's an anchor and a sub anchor. So the first anchor hits the top part of where you're docking. The other one drops down below and hits into the side. So you're essentially like pulled close into the island, and you have two anchors that keep you from rotating in the
So
space.
it locks itself in.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we should do that close-ish to the river, but not on the river.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You dock close to the river, the gangplank drops, and you walk onto this soft sort of... It's a very humid atmosphere.
Get warm.
I woo it.
You sure do. It's a very soft atmosphere. It's the ground is soft. There's sort of a light mist that rolls around the bottom by your ankles, really. The ground is soft as you step through. Your boots kind of sink a little bit as you walk. And you make your way to the mouth of the river. You can see this river sort of winds up around. The banks aren't steep. It's a relatively easy place to navigate. And as you head up the river, you begin to sort of see as small sort of creatures that you cannot identify as they like come and flit by, but they seem to be some sort of rodent as they're flitting through the underground, the sort of brush around the banks of the river. And then you see something move towards the center. Some sort of like lazily, almost log-looking object is sort of going down the river towards you.
Is it edible?
Wow.
Is it a creature?
You can't tell from this distance. It looks more like a downed tree log.
Jean-Claude.
It's kind of like, it's not like wrinkly, but it's like that texture that wood gets when it's soaked in water for a while, and it looks like it's kind of like you could like it's almost malleable.
Alright, I wouldn't touch it.
Due to my phobia of sea creatures, I refuse to go near it.
You do not woo it. Wow.
A bold
Another
choice.
article of clothing for you.
Okay. Log object. I don't like the description. So weird. I would say that we keep following the river, but not close enough that the log, if it is alive, that would come alive.
Yeah, because one of the things I remember from reading about the jungle is that there are griffins here, and we don't want to. If that happens to be a griffin, we don't want to see what happens.
I'll eat it.
No!
Indeed. Mark it a bloom.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'm at 2.
That's to the blues.
Griffins.
You're at 2.
Can we use
Be careful,
the
child.
thing that rolls this? What is it? Alt up? You said
Ante up?
anti-up. Can we use that at any time?
Yeah.
Does it have to be a
It
certain?
can be used at any time.
Yes.
Is
Oh,
it too
God.
late to woo the log?
You can attempt to if
No,
you'd like to.
don't woo the log. Leave it alone.
Tell me how you're gonna woo this log.
Curly. No.
Let him try.
Take care of it somewhere else, Carly,
Do a
please.
different.
For my sake.
I'm going to board the log.
You're gonna board the log. How are you gonna board this log? Like you're gonna like step onto it?
So I give you the other end of my belt, the new one the captain gave me,
I just gave you that.
and you're
belt.
going to lower me down onto the log.
From where?
That's how close we have to get to it.
What?
There's no like vegetation by the banks of the river. It's just kind of like a muddy bank that then leads into vegetation, but there's no like obvious tree that you'd be able to lower yourself down
I'm
from.
dropping straight down onto it with impact.
So you're gonna like
Is
jump
this-
and then
Are we gonna
Question.
really?
Is this drifting towards the edge of the island off?
yes.
Are we really gonna let
So
Carly possibly fuck a griffin? Is this what's gonna happen right now?
I don't think that's where it would go.
No.
Okay.
So-
I think,
Well, this is
can I try to grab him? in
I'm
the
just trying to
jacket?
mark my doubloon.
No.
You think I should wait?
Yes. For a non-potential creature. This is too late.
I
I'm gonna say for this, I'm gonna ask you to act under fire.
What if I remember my dignity and I just try to talk to it?
You've already committed to this.
No dignity for Curly. Act
Do we
under
have
fire.
Is that
Do I get what stat does that roll with?
Fleet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for him. Sweet's backed up.
I wouldn't say that you've been doing this flamboyantly.
So it's 5 and 6.
So you don't take the two highest. Take whatever one you rolled last. Take out
That's the middle one.
this one.
Oh, so I have
So
a
it's
9.
5 and 4 for 9 plus 2.
Here, I
which
have
is
a few
11.
options then. Oh no, I don't have Silver Tongue yet. No, I have no
It's
options.
an 11. And I'd say this is not a wooing thing. This is this is acting under fire.
Oh.
Because as you land on this log, you feel it rise, and you instantly roll off remember your feelings, like spring back up onto the bank as this creature rises up out of it. You can see this sort of
I
like
hate you.
wet, almost like malleable form of what looks to be like almost like a giant salamander at first. And then you watch as its body begins to like, as the water falls off of it, you watch as this sort of like frills pick up almost like an axolotl out of its face, and its face tightens, and it looks almost feline as its arms sort of pull out of its sort of gelatinous body, and it crawls and stalks back up
It's
the
always
back
curly
as
fault.
it makes this sort of like gurgly noise. And stares back at you. It looks kind of like if you were to combine an axolotl with like a big cat. It kind of looks like a puma axolotl kind of thing.
I think I exclaim, "Dead men tell no tales," and then I run.
Can I kill it?
No!
Is that your knee-jerk reaction right now?
Yes.
No!
Then I would say you are meeting a situation with unnecessary violence, mark a doubloon, and
Yeah.
cross arms.
Oh!
I don't even know what to do anymore.
How many times will this happen that I fail to woo something and then it gets violent?
No!
I feel like you're the Sokka of this journey.
Oh no! Well, it's happened twice now. And if you had a nickel for that, you'd have 2 nickels. But it's weird how it's happened twice.
Okay.
Roll plus
for fighting.
scurvy.
Okay.
Scurvy.
Roll plus scurvy.
Scurv.
It was doing nothing to you.
I got an 11.
An 11
Yeah, I
plus?
got an 11.
Oh,
Plus 2.
Oh my goodness.
Choose your additional effect.
Okay, hold on, I have to... So is this for Bloodlust?
This could
probably
be
the
for
baby.
bloodlust or the additional things from cross
No.
arms where you take one less harm, you inflict one more harm, or you force them where you want them.
It's a or?
It's any of those options.
I'm gonna blind my opponent.
All right, you watch as this thing hisses, nails just, and this echo of blast as these pellets slam out into this thing, cracking it across the face. One of its eyes is now completely like dripping out
Oh.
as it and bolts the fuck away.
Louis is horrified.
Yeah!
What did we use?
The blunderbuss.
At least it's not the nail gun.
No, the nail gun's
The nail gun's on the ship.
It is
Yeah.
confusing because whenever you say Nails did it, it's like the nail gun went off, but it's actually just the character.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing at this point.
And this isn't
I
even
think
why they call
I'm
me
just
nails.
watching this all happen in shock. I don't know what to move.
I think I'm hiding
And then
behind
as
you.
soon as
I
that
covered the
happens,
child's eyes.
I feel like I'm just gonna gently walk through the smoke. I'm gonna go up to God, what's your name again?
Nails.
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 Nails with a G.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
Snails, but with
I'm gonna walk up to you, and I'm gonna be very calm at first, and then I'm gonna grab you, a fistful of your shoulder, and whatever shirt or whatever you're wearing, and I'm gonna pull you towards my face, and I'm gonna point and say, "This goes back to bite us in the ass. I will maim you." And I'm gonna throw him into the river.
Whee!
No contest. Ass over tea kettle right into the fucking river.
How are your aquatic fighting skills?
Bad.
Have you ever had an explosive in water? You play Minecraft, they don't
bad.
Death charge.
Can I get back on the ship?
go back on the ship.
No.
I'd like my crow's nest.
Is that where you ran to? And you ran away?
Yeah, I thought you would protect me.
I protected you!
Yeah, I
No
mean, Nails did
danger.
protect you.
We didn't know it was dangerous. You just tried to kill it.
You all have like a light ringing in your ears now.
That was probably the baby.
That's Nails' natural state. Just a
Like,
light
if
ringing.
There's a bigger one,
Nails
and
has
that was
insane
the
tinnitus.
child. We're about to face the mother puma, whatever thing. That's what I'm fearful of, and it's gonna be all your fault.
I'll shoot it again!
We're having a good time down here. You should hurry up and dock.
They did.
We've already done that. We're off the road.
So we docked at the edge of the island.
Yes, and then we walked upriver, encountered a log that was harmless.
You tried to woo
That I
it
thought
and
was a
failed.
griffin.
No, I didn't try to woo it.
You tried to do
You jumped on it.
Yeah, you had me roll for
Act under
Ah,
fire
oh,
because you
yes.
jumped on it.
But failed.
I think now I'm gonna
And
get
then I
extra
shot it.
on my.
I think
Extra on the
I
guard.
thought they were gonna give me a Korok seed.
I'm gonna try to keep going upriver. Whoever
my
follows me
God.
follows me.
Okay.
I'm
The
going
women
upriver.
on the boat are the only ones that are safe.
Is anyone gonna help me get out of the river?
No!
It's not deep.
Oh, okay.
It's a river!
It's really
Well,
muddy
you said
though.
there's like cliffs.
No, so it's like a flat bank.
Oh, okay. I just get out then.
Yeah. You stand up and it's like about like waist deep ish.
Is the
Oh.
salamander just done with us?
It ran away because it got shot in the eye.
So yeah. So you don't think it wants to be friends?
No!
You tried to kill it.
Friends!
I've made friends that
That's
way
how I
before.
make friends.
Anyway,
That's why we're not friends.
How are these guys
salamander.
on a boat? What?
No.
No.
Run away.
I wonder if I ingested some false news, because I don't feel like this would be the area that griffins would be in. You know? Like, I wonder if they just thought the salamander feline thing was a griffin.
Well, don't worry. If there are, I'll shoot them too.
I'm already up the river. I've already left.
As you all head back up the river, following the river up into the center, you watch as the jungle sort of becomes thicker around you, at a sorts. But also, as you head forward, you can see the section where the river meets this sort of rocky outcropping. There's a way that you can go through and like get into the inside of this outcropping, but you would have to wade through the river.
To wade through the river.
Like you'd have to get into the river and follow into this rock.
So we either go in or we go around.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we're into the thick of
Indeed.
Is there a way to go around over the top of it?
You could try to. You can attempt to climb it or make a trek around it as well.
I don't know if I should trust Curly on his ideas of fail.
No, I'm afraid if we wade it, we're gonna get stuck with like a flush of water and we're gonna drown. And we're not in a rush. So I would rather try to find a safe path over or around it.
Can I climb a tree to check it out?
Absolutely, you can easily. I'd say after you climb a tree, you would make a. Let's say your choice of read a situation or discover hidden truths roll.
Ooh.
I hope to discover hidden truths.
Hell yeah. Roll plus salt.
Oh no.
That's
I'm about to fall out of this tree.
Jesus, sir.
So I got a 9, but I think it's -1.
with salt.
I have -1 salt.
That's
So I
still
have
7
8.
to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's total 8.
For hidden truths, you get to hold one and try to ask a question of what is being concealed here, what has happened here, or who's been here.
What has happened? What was the second one?
There's what is being concealed here, what has happened here, and who's been here.
What hints as to the whereabouts of the key is being hidden here?
What is being concealed? Okay. As you look over this jungle, you can see, looking at this rock formation, you've been to a couple places like this on your travels on the Archangel, but looking at the formation of this rock thing, it's not natural. It seems like this was a building that's been eroded over time, and that's what makes it look like an outcropping of rocks, but it's not a natural formation.
So these are ruins then, essentially.
Right,
And that
kid, right.
would mean we'd have to go in.
Or find
Captain,
another
you think we should
someone else.
enter?
Hmm?
You think we should enter, Captain?
I do not want to drown, much as I would like some of the rest of you to drown. I need the manpower, so.
Is there a way that, like,
Hole in the
since...
ceiling.
We're not trying
Lower
that.
you down.
So,
Why are we trying
How did that work out for you last time?
We workshopped the idea.
is there...
And it worked famously.
Is there a way that, since we've established that I have sort of almost like very floaty physics, what if I did like a Breath of the Wild thing, climbed up a tall tree, and just sort of floated my way over to this rock formation and just sort of. That's a lot of detail, but I have this
Bless you.
vivid image in my head of just wee,
Of floating into. So what is your? So you're trying to get
so that I don't.
onto the top of it, or are you trying to get?
I guess is that the aim?
I'm asking you.
I mean that's one way in, at least a way that I can get in.
Okay.
Louis might need to help you with the tool for the trade, though. And Louis might be able to offer a belt.
No?
So there's just like an opening across the river, right? And you'd have to wade
Yes.
through the river.
So you'd have to wade through the river to get through, or you can attempt to climb up and try to find another entrance, or go around and try to find another.
While people are like trying to figure out how to get through, can Nails just start walking into the river?
Absolutely.
Is it a bad idea to split and find different entrances?
That's up to you guys.
Let's split up and look for clues.
That never works.
You say as Nails is just right up the center line of the river.
He's holding
So-
he's holding his gun. Just like
So I don't need to do any kind of a roll to like climb the tree and then sort of glide over.
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
the main issue is that there aren't any trees that are taller than the rock formation.
Okay.
So
it'd be
if
a
you
lot
did-
of
if
climbing.
you did- Glide, you'd climb, and then you'd have to climb more up the rock formation.
Okay.
We're all going swimming, unfortunately.
But
I'm
I'm
already
4'9",
Hmm?
and it's up to his waist.
I'll put
I
you on
don't
my
I don't think
shoulders.
that's how that works. I think if you can swim, you'll be okay.
That is true. Okay. I just can't touch.
I have forgotten that I can swim.
Nails is not freakishly tall.
Can I give, I don't know, maybe, like, I'm gonna give, Krabby, send him over to you. He's gonna show that he has 2 long nails still in his shell from the pub, and so you can use it if you get stuck. You can just kind of like stick it in the wall and push forward.
Oh.
Ooh, cool.
Thank you, Claude.
I can do that.
Jean-Claude. And then he's gonna come back. Who can swim, right?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
he'll be fine.
he's a crab.
Crabs can't fly, though.
I know. It's okay.
Well, this one can because it's an air crab. It just jettisons himself.
What am I going to do? Crabs can fly now.
So,
Get
They
crab.
can get me anywhere.
I think unfortunately we are swimming.
Okay.
Ooh, so fun.
As you make your way up this section, in the distance, Nails, you can see what looks to be some light. As you enter into this sort of like, you just keep going until you walk straight up out of like a bank and you're in what looks like a stone room.
Mhm.
There's some sort of light down this sort of hallway, but that's up to you as to whether you care about it or not.
Hold on.
Okay. Maybe
Are we far behind or no?
You're not too far behind. You're just a couple steps behind.
Hold
so
on.
I'm doggy paddling.
Yeah.
this is hold on.
My cape is drenched.
So discover hidden
Right.
truths is salt, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like to roll for Discover Hidden Truths?
And read a situation is savvy.
It is.
Okay. I'm going to read a situation
Hell yeah.
for what's the biggest threat.
Okay, so you got to roll, and then on a fail you don't get to hold one, but on a 10 plus you get to hold 2. So
Okay.
we'll see what we do after you.
And I have a +1. 3.
The 3 for
Yeah.
plus 1?
Yeah, 4 with a +1.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't think that changes much.
I'm so sorry.
No,
As you go to you go to read the situation, so you're like going to check things out, and you get distracted. Something's shiny in that room.
I run for it.
You just as you finally like you're like fucking Nails has been a pain in your ass, and you finally get up to catch up to him to try to berate him, and he's boom, and he takes off down the hallway.
I see gold.
Is there a... maybe not. I don't want to have to...
Put him down.
what are you planning on doing to me?
I was
Like
thinking
a
about,
dog?
like, trying to catch his jacket with my sword and pin him to a wall so he can't...
Oh, pin
I'm
him down.
already pretty far down.
But I
I
think
yeah,
he might
like,
be smart.
Tori, I
Like-
heard. I heard put him down.
No!
Like,
I was like, what the
like
fuck?
Aaron and Levi?
Stop.
It's my water.
He's off. He's in the distance.
We just hear
And
laughter.
obviously we can't.
It's up to you. You can either go after him, or you can group up with the rest of the people who are coming through.
You think you'll find your way back on your own?
I'm gonna try to shout, but I know
Okay.
he's not gonna listen to me. But
That's a
I'm gonna
later
let him know.
problem.
Like, Nails, that's probably a trap, you moron.
I'll be fine.
Nails, you step into the room. There is a glittering, this golden sort of ball, looking like it's like a golden ball, and it has like these embellished edges, and this big blue sapphire that's embedded right in the middle. It's in the clutches of a statue made out of what looks like to be polished bronze of a griffin.
Stop. Stop it.
Of a
Stop.
griffin?
No!
Griffins do exist! Oh my gosh!
So it's an orb shaped thing, or
Yes, and it's under like essentially how it is there's a statue of a griffin, and its claw is on top of the ball, holding it
Okay.
into the ground.
It sounds
Okay, so
so
it's
much
not
like
biteable.
an egg. It sounds so much like an egg. Do not take that mother's Fabergé egg.
I was trying to see if it could fit in a mouth, but it probably can't.
No.
Unless you're like a cobra and
So-
you can like unhinge.
Damn, if I could punch through it, I would punch through the.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna walk up to the griffin because I want to inspect it more, just to look at this shining thing.
I'm charming.
Alright. It's as you are like looking at this is when you catch up to him.
Okay.
You walk into this room and see Nails, for one, staring directly at this
Just like
statue of a griffin, looking down at whatever it's grabbing. Looking around, you can see that this room has sunlight that's filtering in through a hole towards sort of like the northwestern area.
Stop it. Stop it. Your belt is not going to reach that.
Higher up in the ceiling, there's a
We're
small
not
sort of
doing
like
this again.
pond in like the western section of this thing as you enter, like directly to your left. And in front of you, there seems to be what looks like these worn down, almost like cave carvings. Like, think, like Mayan sort of like carvings that have different stones embedded in, almost mosaic-like.
So I catch up to him.
Yes.
He's not doing anything, correct?
He's staring directly at this glittery ball.
Okay. I'm going to grab him by the collar, pull him back, and then shove like a fork or something in his mouth. Just so he has something to chew on and throw him out
He
of the way.
immediately starts chewing on it. Like it's not even like a think about it. It's an instinct. The second something's in his mouth, he chews on it.
And
Gosh.
just to make sure he's out of the way and not touching it. So now all is calm. Oh, you said there was a pond?
There is.
Is it a shallow pond?
It's relatively shallow. Looking at it, it seems like it's almost been collected from rainwater.
Is there anything inside of it?
At the bottom, you can kind of see something dull and metallic at the bottom.
Can I send Jean-Claude to look at it?
He comes back. It seems to be a polished metal mirror.
Alright, hold on. So Jean finds in the pond a metal mirror, you say?
Yes.
A puzzle, huh? Okay. If there is light coming from above, we have a mirror. Can I shine the mirror onto the light and see if there's anything that it hits when I move it around?
When you move it around, it doesn't really hit necessarily anything, but something that brings to your attention as you look at, you see you get more of like a light on the mosaic in the corner.
Okay.
It seems to be telling the story of griffins attacking a village or some sort of encampment, and then being fended away with like fire. Like there are people taking like torches and waving them at the griffins,
Oh no.
and the griffins flying away when they see the fire.
Do I know by looking at the drawings who the people are attacking the Christians? Like, is it clear
It's
who
not-
they are?
Any culture that you recognize, but you can think through context clues that this might be the Urashai.
Okay, I'm looking for a key. Anyone got any big ideas? There are 5 of us in the room.
Yes, you all have made your way back in now.
Yeah.
Nails with the fork still in his mouth is just like fire. But you know, it's still fork in mouth.
Fire?
It's fire.
Oh. I was like, what? Okay. Very insightful. Thank you, Nails.
You're welcome.
It sounded like a roar.
Can I get Luca in here to look at this? Maybe he knows more about it than I do.
Sure. I'm just trying to keep up because like I said, I can't touch.
Stuck in the river.
You wait like 2 minutes and then I get there. I can see you guys. And I'm just like,
you're like 3 pounds heavier.
We're like, oh.
And then I make
kid.
it there. I inspect it.
Wet slabs.
And I'm like, wait, are the griffins actually real? Because I thought they weren't. Because when the log like object which we found out was like the salamander feline that I thought was a griffin was not a griffin. So I was like, do they just not exist here anymore, or like did they ever? Was this just somebody mistaking this as something else? But these tell me that yeah, at least at one point griffins were here, and we should be uber careful.
Very much.
Yes. And there still is a very real threat of those. If these are still like reflective of what the present is in this area, which we don't know. We just gotta, I can't touch the ground right now, but we gotta stay on our toes.
Do we know this orb or egg isn't the key?
You're unsure.
That is true.
It was never determined to you what the key looked like.
We still have the maps, right?
If you brought them with you, they might have gotten ruined after wading through the thing. I assume that you would not bring them with you
No,
onto
they
the
were
island.
on the ship, so we didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Do I doggy panel back to the ship? Get the maps.
I would say that after getting out of this, you're not doggy paddling when you're in the room with the griffin statue. You come up a bank in like an outside chamber, and then make your way up and into.
Oh, so I can. So
Yeah,
we were
you
all
can
walking
stand.
at this
You
point.
can walk.
Okay, my bad.
You're good.
So it's like sort of like.
You
I don't
come
know,
up out of the river,
it's
and
where
then
the
there's
river
a hallway,
ends.
and you go into this chamber
Oh.
where there is the griffin statue,
Okay.
the mosaic like thing, and then the small pond in the corner.
Okay.
And the mirror doesn't, it reflects,
It reflects light very well.
but it's not. Can I use it to hit the sphere with the light?
Oh, you hit it. When you hit the sphere with the light, you watch as a whole projection of constellations and stars fills the room.
I was gonna say I would drink the small pond. I thought it might have a similar effect.
No!
Should I still do
And
it
then
for
I
good
get
measure?
very happy because I see the stars.
hate the
So
stars.
I guess at this point I'm just looking at the stars and seeing what I'm finding in regards to where everything is locationally.
Yeah. So this is a star map, and this is an excellent star map at that.
Okay.
It's incredibly accurate, even if this was old. This is the stars and the positions that they're in shift over time.
Right.
And looking at this, it's incredible. It's like essentially if you were to have like an iPhone in like the 1700s. It's as like the light passes through it, the way that the gem refracts it also gives it a slight motion, almost as if it's moving in real time.
Wow. Yeah, that is an excellent.
I'd
map.
say while you're watching this, roll to determine hidden truths
All right.
or discover hidden truths.
Okay, let me pull up the hidden truths again.
You're good. Actually, how about I pull up the hidden truths move for you? You just roll and you add salt.
Yeah, which I have 2.
Yes,
Plus
and remember
2.
that you also have additional questions you get to ask because of your guild knowledge.
Like questions I get to ask
Yes,
to the
so-
rest of the crew, or
No, so when you succeed on a discover hidden truths,
or to you, right? To you.
you get to hold 1 or 2 depending on how well you roll. The usual questions are what is being concealed here, what happened here, and who's been here. But you also get the option to say, is there any arcane traces here, or what is the past of this place?
Alright. It's a 3 and a 1.
That's 4 plus 2, which is a 6, which does not succeed.
I had a question
very-
in mind.
You're very distracted by the stars that roll in front of you. I would like to remind you that you also have doubloons, so you can roll to ante up and try to succeed on this.
So ante-up means retry.
Essentially. So you would roll again, and I believe you have 2 doubloons, so you
Yes.
add 2 to the roll, and you get to choose from the ante-up options, which are take +1 going forward for what you're doing, make an attack without suffering harm, take a 10 on any move, or get an opportunity.
So I assume I would go with the roll +1 because if I want to ask questions about that.
Yes, you could also take the 10 on any move, and you'd be able to do Divine Hidden Truth and get a 10 and hold 2, and be able to ask 2 questions.
So then it's probably best if I go with that then.
Yeah, let's roll first and see how it goes.
Okay. So this is if I get a 10 or over, or it has to be a 10.
So how it works is 7 to 9, you get to choose 1 from the options, and a 10 plus, you get to choose 2 from the options.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Please. 4.
That's 8 plus 2 is 10. So you get to choose 2 from the list. I assume first you want to do a 10 on any move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remind me the questions I can ask.
So, for Hidden Truths?
Yes.
Okay. Hidden Truths is what is being concealed here, what has happened here, who's been here, and you also get to ask, is there any arcane traces here, and what is the past of this place?
Okay. What do we mean by arcane?
Magic.
Okay.
Because you are versed ever so slightly in magic, you have an attunement to it, and can sense it when it is in your presence.
Okay. I'm between... So I can ask 2.
Yes, you can ask 2.
Alright, I know what I'm going to ask then. What is being concealed here?
Okay, let's start with that. Looking at what is being concealed here, looking at this and how this griffin is positioned on top of it, you can tell that the griffin itself, the statue, is a release mechanism. So there's something you have to do to the griffin in order to make it release this, and this is most definitely the key.
Okay. And then I'm going to ask what is the past of this place to,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From looking around at this seems... You've heard from Domino about the Urshai, an ancient people, so you know that they created temples to wealth in some sorts, and something like that. Looking around, the past of this place it seems like it used to be some sort of temple, maybe some place where history was kept and knowledge was shared, and it makes you think about the Circle of Divine Stars.
Okay. Yeah, which, that's the Divine Ring, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, which
Where
I
you're
have a
from,
history
the Navigators
with.
Guild.
Yeah, it makes me nostalgic, but a little...
It reminds you of it in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe this temple in its own right was the Navigators Guild of the past.
Ironic that we're here then, considering we're a Navigators Guild. Okay. So with this knowledge, we should really, I think since we know this is a release mechanism for something, it is a risky move, but I'm thinking we use the release mechanism and see what is inside, because, only way we can figure out is if we try to release.
You identified that there is a mechanism, but you don't know how it works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is this something that Louis might know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can share that with the rest of the people, that there is a release mechanism on this.
Yeah, so...
You would know more about that.
Yeah, probably would.
So yeah, I'll tell all of you that there's a release mechanism. I will also talk about the past that you have outlined.
Absolutely.
So
Don't blow it
yeah.
up over there, you.
Good roll, good roll.
Absolutely. And
Louis, if
please
you
remember
get,
that you still have access to another thing in the ante-up list because you rolled a 10 or above a 10. So you
Okay.
still have access to being able to take a +1 going forward for what you're doing, making an attack without suffering harm, taking a 10 on any move, and getting an opportunity. Those are all available to you still.
So just for this turn.
No, just in general, you still have 1 left from that. Because you rolled high enough to get 2, and you only used 1 for rolling a 10. And so now you have enough to use that again. It's available to you at any time, whenever you choose to use it.
Okay, I'm gonna return to that later.
Absolutely.
Just so I can I'm gonna actually look through that so I can make sure I understand it.
Louis, after learning that there's a release mechanism, what are you going to try to do?
I don't know. Damn it.
If
Maybe
you
it's
mess
a
up,
puzzle of some
we're
kind?
wooing it and then shooting it.
No. How well has that worked?
I mean, it worked on the salamander thing.
Louis, give it a go.
Is there any like move you can take to try to figure out
I'm trying to think.
the hot wiring move? I don't know.
Hot wire.
What move?
Oh yes, you see a red wire and a blue wire.
No. I don't know. Like any special thing.
There's the hot wire, and then there's the right tool for the job.
I think you should try right tool for the job.
That feels.
Oh, what is the job is the question.
Yeah.
That's just the intuition of
Well, the job is.
You can also try to read a situation, discover hidden truths, investigate it in any form.
The job is to figure out how to release. Well, that's
Can
the
I
how to,
make
not.
an insight onto that? Try to see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, what are you going to try to do?
That's one question. Let's see.
Situation.
I want to know, read situation to know what's the biggest threat. Like what
All right,
horrible
roll.
thing could happen if we like touch or maneuver the spear in any way. Not the spear, the sphere. Whose dice is this?
Oh wait,
There you
yeah.
go.
Sorry.
Use this. Okay. Oops.
Oh
It
no.
doesn't matter. It didn't work. I have no idea what this does. I don't even want to say what it was.
What role was that?
What was it?
It was 2.
Oof.
Snake eyes.
Snake eyes.
No.
Oh, no. So sad. I don't think I have this for Savvy, right?
Yeah, Carly, you were right about
It's a
unlucky
0.
captain.
I'll
Hey,
say that
I'm better at other things.
looking at it, you are like, what do I do? And as you like move your arm in like frustration, you like flash the mirror into your eye and you're like, oh fuck.
Do you wait, do you want people to keep rolling discover hidden truth to find out if it's dangerous before you do it?
Oh, that's a good
Saying,
point.
I tried to read a situation. I can try again for a
Can I
hidden truth thing.
Can I do that since I have the highest
But
sol?
Louis could also just try.
If you want, you can use your anti-up point to get an opportunity.
Do you want the
And what's
extra
the-
action
what do we
to
mean
use
by
to make sure it's not
opportunity?
dangerous for you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you a bone essentially.
Michael, do you want to do it?
I can roll to discover hidden truth. I have the highest sol of all
Is it
of
better
us,
to
so
do
it
that
makes
or read the
sense.
situation?
I think the best course of action at this point would be for Michael to use the anti-up option of getting an opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, I
Depending
will
on-
do
and then-
that. And
Yeah.
does that mean I have to roll still?
No, you don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay,
You just
cool.
choose it off the list.
Oh, and then
Cool.
depending on what happens.
Getting an
You
opportunity.
can reject that.
I will do it.
You
if necessary.
watch as like they're trying to figure this out, and you start to make a connection. You're like, this is a statue of a griffin,
Big brain.
and there's a mosaic of griffins over there. And it seems like griffins hate fire, and it's gotten them to retreat. So maybe there's an element in this that requires fire.
Oh no.
No. No. Okay.
You know what? I'm glad I enabled you for once.
Oh.
No.
Well, and if you got anything safe with fire under that tool belt?
Check to see if you got the tool for the job.
I have the right tool.
Makeshift blowtorch.
Alright, let's give it a roll. I always forget. Let's see. It's a 9 and then my savvy's 2, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You produce a sodium torch. It's
Yeah, I
essentially-
do.
It's essentially a rock-based torch. So you hit the clicker, and a gas ignites, and the sodium burns.
And you're looking at it like, ooh, fire.
Yo.
While chewing on a fork.
It's like a proto
Still,
blowtorch kind of thing.
you've switched to the other end.
Yes. Yes.
Used in modern metalworking, you light the torch, you present it to the griffin, and you watch as a mechanical latch hits, and it goes, and the arm releases.
Yo, I did that. Yo, pretty cool.
Yeah.
I touch it.
You're holding it in your hand. It's
Like a
pretty,
bowling ball?
it's about like the size of like a large grapefruit, I would say, is its size.
A small bowling ball.
Yeah. And it's not very heavy.
If not,
No, it's not.
aerodynamics is one of those squishy.
Yeah.
Don't drop it.
Start contact juggling with the key.
Alright.
Oh, so the key is a sort of sphere?
Yes.
Interesting.
Dragon Balls.
No.
You have acquired the first key.
I suspect there's trouble waiting for us outside with one of those things because you tried to kill it. Alright,
I'll eat it.
I wouldn't be
obviously,
surprised.
I'm gonna keep a hold on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
If a fucking griffin comes
would it
after
fit?
us, you're...
Oh no, I didn't take that with me, never mind. So this is just something I gotta have that cradle.
Yeah, you cradle it. You make your way back down through
I
the.
hold it with 2 hands and have Jean just
Yeah.
on the top of it. Perched.
Gosh, I club.
So I think that as long as we are safe to exit, we should, or I should try
Absolutely.
to wade out.
You wade your way back out. You come out on the sides of the bank of the river. It is clear. It is quiet except for the buzzing of insects and chirping of other such aerial animals. And you make your way down the riverbank towards where the wharf is docked.
Get wharfed.
You go up the gangplank and you are now on the wharf. Whatever you shot is very afraid of you.
Yeah.
Once again, Nails has become the apex predator.
The first thing I'm going to do is go and put the key in a safe box somewhere in the captain's quarters. I don't know
Yeah.
where that would be, but just
Absolutely. You easily have a safe box. You're a captain of a ship.
okay, something with like a code that only
Yeah.
I would.
Maybe it's literally like a safe.
But it's like my birthday, so I know how to
No.
get it.
And I made the ship, so I know.
Yeah.
I think we
you
need
you
to-
created that locking mechanism. Like,
Yeah,
to
so I
leave
know
this
code.
place before we get in trouble with the other animals that live here.
Alright, do we know which way we're going?
Oh yeah, that's a
That's
me
you,
question.
that's John.
Are you headed to
That's
Hearth or are you headed to the Iron Empire?
we're doing Iron Emperor last.
Yes. That was
So
That sounds good.
since I believe the jungle is close to the Freelands anyway, right? It's
Yes.
within that area, so we should head for Hearth first.
Got it.
Yeah, we should really spend some time to stock up on stuff before we even attempt the Iron
Yeah. I
Empire.
agree.
Yeah.
Let's divide the path.
All right, am I rolling for this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. And this is with salt.
Yes.
Divide our paths.
I'm a salty boy. 6 and 1.
That's 7 plus your salt is 9. So
Alright.
choose 1 from the list
Choose
that I
one.
cannot take.
Okay, one that you can take out. The path is full of hazards.
Got it. So it's not full of hazards.
Yeah.
Alright.
For
So
the war.
as you head up and out, you find yourself sort of disoriented back through the fog. You easily maneuver back through these sort of rocks that aren't towards the south side of the island. And as you just float up and out and around, you come out into this large, what looks to be like a sporadic spray of unfamiliar territory and rocks. You're not sure where in the Freelands you are. It seems like this island has drifted significantly since you came off of it.
Huh.
Oh no.
Coming out, looking around, you are in a reef. You can see these sort of coral growths up and around these small sort of island-like structures,
Pretty.
but the path is not full of hazards, but it does have lots of wildlife. And you watch as these little flittering eel-like sky snakes make their way around these sort of coral reefs, these sort of large, blooming
Wesley is
anemone-style things.
No, Curly's having a hard time.
And as you come up and out, you see these huge, almost sky jellyfish as they crest and arc
Yeah.
up across
He's gonna
the
throw up.
edge. And that is when you hear,
No!
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Are those
And
not
that-
friendly?
is where we will end this session.
Oh,
no.
Thank you all for playing with us,
Oh.
and have a nice night.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'll applaud.